Hey, what's going on, everyone? Vega here for SerpentX Tech, and right now we're looking at my Finstra Helium miner. This is just an IoT miner, Internet of Things miner. It hasn't been working or working right, and honestly, helium, mining helium or accumulating helium with the IoT devices is not as great as maybe the mobile, and even the mobile is suffering and not as great. So I want to repurpose this thing. So how do we do that? Well, we got to open it up. And to open it up, you just take a small flathead and you're going to pry on one side and then work your way around the corner. And inside, this is what we get right here. So we got our wireless 900 megahertz US compatible LoRaWAN gateway module, which is the WM1302. This looks like a Raspberry Pi, but I'm not sure. And so I want to tear this down even further. So we're just going to disconnect the antenna. And then we're going to try and remove what we can. Looks like we got a barrel plug connector right there, which is odd because this thing gets its power. Wait, what the heck? Okay, yeah. So that does get its power from below. I forgot. So you can see the hole, and that's where it gets its power through. And you plug it in. It's usually type A to whatever that barrel plug size is. We got a micro SD card, looks like a 64 gig version, and then we got a couple of maybe Torx or TR10 screws that we need to remove. So let me go grab that from my iFixit kit and try to remove it. But we do see some Ethernet, USB type A's. I'm seeing a type C and a micro HDMI maybe. We'll see. But I do want to see if we can repurpose this. So let me get this guy out of here. To get the board out, because these pins are connected in there, I basically had to wiggle it bit by bit, lifting this edge up and then lifting this edge up and then lifting, because I can't get my fingers in there good enough to grab both sides. But you're just going to wiggle it up slowly, bit by bit. And then what do we got here? Basic information. This is a Raspberry Pi board, just as I suspected. And it's a Pi 4, Model B, 2018. And that does look like micro HDMI right there, which I have a connector. Type C, millimeter jack, Type A's, Ethernet. And technically, we can connect other stuff with these ribbon connections right here, or these pinouts. But here is the daughter board that Finstra provides. And I disconnected the antenna. We could probably use this antenna somewhere else, but I don't have anything planned right now. But this daughter board, as you can see the traces on here, the different ICs. It says speaker and fan on that side, but obviously it's not used for this particular device. And then there is a QR code if you want to pause the screen and take a look at it. I'm not sure if that gives us some diagram or basic information, but go ahead. My main goal now is to figure out what we're going to do with this. I'm probably going to take out this micro SD and connect it to my computer and see what's on it, but let's see what size it is real quick. I think they glued it in there, to be honest. I'm not sure. It was a little bit rough to pull out. Make sure the pin connections are good. Yeah, they're good. So yeah, 64 gigabyte. Kioxia. Okay, cool. Kioxia. So I can repurpose this SD somewhere else as well. But I want to see if I could get Umbrel or even some various Raspberry Pi OS running on this. What kind of memory do we have? What size is this? Can we see that? I can't see it. You guys might be able to see it, but I can't see it. So I think this is only 4 gigabytes of memory on this thing. Here's your main. We can get like coolers on here and help keep the chips nice and cool for different workloads, because in this setup, it's not going to get very hot. It's not doing that much, or it's not doing as much, or hitting its full thermal capabilities with its clocks in this Finstra miner. So because this thing isn't working anymore, and I could probably get it back and working if I wanted to. I just need the OS, right? The Finstra OS or image that they use for these devices, plug that in, and I could probably get it back up and running. But I really do want to repurpose this, so I'm gonna set this to the side and I'm going to get a different OS set up. But if you have an Old Helium miner, which is the main point of this video, it's not working, it's not doing anything, repurpose it. You know, they're filled with Raspberry Pis, and these things are great for, you know, managing your smart home, or deploying AI agents on it, or making it a data aggregator. Whatever you can imagine, you can use your Raspberry Pi to help out in your overall AI agent ecosystem, or just play around with it and have another device that you can take with you anywhere, as long as you got the connections to manage it. Matter of fact, I still have 2 Helium miners going right here. So I'm still running 2 other Helium miners. These are rack Helium miners, but I already showed you in the past how to tear this one down. And in here is another Raspberry Pi that you could repurpose if you have one of these that's not working. But I did show in the past how, if your Helium miner stops working, especially this rack IoT one, this hotspot miner V2, how you could get it back up and running by reflashing the SD card, so on and so forth. But we're definitely going to repurpose the Finstrom miner. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I wanted to showcase and show you what you can do with some of these older devices, and I don't know, put a little inkling in the back of your mind so you can repurpose these guys and do something good with it, whatever it is, doesn't matter. So good luck out there. I'm going to get a different SD card. I'm going to keep the Kioxia one, the 64 gig, on the stock OS or image, and I'm just going to maybe load Umbrel or Raspberry Pi or Kali or something on that Finstrom one, and then just go from there. But that's going to do it for today's video. So do me a favor on the way out, hit the like button, make sure to get subscribed, hit the notification bell to stay up to date, as well as check out additional links in the description to help support the channel and what we do here. And I will catch you in the next one. Yeah, the Nerd Axe is still down, Nerd QX. But yeah, I got too much junk over here. I got to do something about it. All right, see ya.